What's up? Welcome. And this might surprise you, but Muay Thai Guy was never meant to be a one-man show. And over the years, I've trained with a lot of fighters. I have him right here, right now. And I've coached alongside a lot of coaches, and I've turned down way more collaborations than I've ever said yes to. And that's 100% sure, right? But because if I do this, I want to put someone in front of my audience that means that I trust how they train, I trust how they teach, and how they carry themselves inside and outside the ring. And today's video, it's not just a guest interview, it's an introduction. And for the next few months, Marcel right here, he's going to be creating workouts, technique breakdowns, and Muay Thai content inside the Muay Thai Guy brand. And before you see any of that, I want to give you understanding of who he is, where he comes from, and why I believe he's such a good fit for Muay Thai Guy. This isn't a behind the scenes conversation, or this is a behind the scenes conversation, a real personal one, but a professional one as well. So if you train Muay Thai, you want to train Muay Thai, if you're someone who cares about doing this the right way, you're in the right place. So, Marcel, let's start from the beginning, man. Who the fuck are you, dude? Give me a little breakdown of just your background, where you're from, and how you got first introduced to Muay Thai.
Okay, first of all, Sawadee Cup guys. Hello, hello. Marcel, no problem. Nibo here. Um, Thank you, man, that I can be here, and thank you for the great introduction and the opportunity to talk here. Yeah, my name is Marcel Nibor. I am born and raised in Germany. I'm a half Filipino. We met the first time in Mexico. I lived in Mexico for a bit, and yeah, I kind of do Muay Thai the most time of my life now. Started fighting pretty early with 13 years old, also training a little bit earlier. Now I'm 28, and yeah, just trying to give my best every day.
Yeah, you got a lot of exciting things coming up. I know that you're
Yeah,
expecting your first baby boy sometime soon.
yes.
But let's revert, let's like bring it all the way back. Like you said, you started training Muay Thai when you were 13. What
Mm-hmm.
what got you into it? Was it your parents kind of push you towards it? Was it because you felt like you wanted to defend yourself? Was it fitness? Give me a little insight behind that.
Okay, this is actually a really, really long and deep story. I tried to make it short. So, um, a lot of successful or like fighters that we know had like a kind of like a hard path, let's say, or like not an easy way. And it was the same with me actually. I always was like a young kid or teenager that needed a lot of attention and respect. And yeah, I didn't really get that at home. So I was finding like my own crew and my friends outside on the streets, let's say. First of all, I want to say, guys, English is not my first language, so sorry if I
Oh, you're
say some
crushing it,
things
man.
not the correct way.
Don't you worry. Dude, I barely
But
speak good English, so you're good.
yeah, I just gotta say how I think. So yeah, I did a lot of trouble. My city knowed me, the police knowed me, and one day I had something like a caretaker from the government, like a street worker. One day he said, "Man, you have too much energy. You love fighting." I started actually like with martial arts when I was 6 years old because my dad was a martial artist, but he did judo. So I started with judo. I tried a little bit of like wrestling and BJJ, whatever. But I figured pretty quick that this is kind of boring and I just get headache from falling on the ground all the time. And I didn't had a lot of fun. So I stopped and I was looking for different stuff I can do, the wrong stuff. And then later, like I said, my street worker said, "Man, why do you not like start with martial arts again?" And he brought me to this gym. I don't say Muay Thai gym, to this gym because it was more like a traditional martial arts academy, and they offered like Thai boxing. But now I know it was like a little bit mixed everything and fun.
Taekwondo.
We had this funny like shirts and long pants, and like in Germany we call it Schärpe, like a belt, with different systems. But I had a lot of fun. I started training really serious. I was like around 12, 13 years old. I started training super serious, trained with the adults, and I wanted to fight, to fight, to fight. And these people, they did like organized fights as well, but it was not like the fights that we know nowadays. It was more like they fought for themselves between their gyms. And it was actually funny because I did my first Muay Thai fight with shin pads and gloves, but no elbow pads and elbows and headgear. So I could elbow him with no elbow pads. It was a little bit weird. I won that fight, and after that, my fire was like, wow. But I realized pretty quick that the place where I am is not the right place. So on my 14th birthday, my street worker gave me as a gift like a professional training camp in the Netherlands. Maybe you guys know like the Netherlands is really famous for Dutch kickboxing. There are a lot of good guys. And there was this camp organized by this German promoter in collaboration with Remy Bonjasky, the Flying Gentleman, one of my big idols back in the days. And yeah, I just joined them. You have to think I was like a 14 years old guy, like training a little bit, just one fight, and I was actually training every day there with professionals. First time in my life that I trained twice a day, and there were people from Switzerland, people from all over the world, and I was just like getting more addicted, let's say. The promoter and Remy were like telling good things to me, that I'm like kind of talented and that I should keep going and fighting, blah blah blah. So when I went back home after this camp, I was like, I have to find the best gym in my area. So I found this gym. It's like 1.5 hours, 1 hour from my place, and I started training there pretty quick. Like less than 7 8 months, I did my first fight there. I would call that my real first fight because of yeah, it was just different, you know. And from there, man, I got hooked. I got catched. I never stopped.
So you were 14 when you went back after the training camp and had your first fight, like
Yeah,
first real fight.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy, man. And did you know, like, growing up from that moment, was that the goal, was to become a professional fighter and make a living out of it, or were you still trying to figure out what path to take as a young adult?
That's actually an interesting question when I think about it right now, because my intentions through my whole journey always kind of changed. Back in the days, it was really like my intention was, I mean, the sport was something I enjoyed and I had fun and I loved fighting, you know. And but the main reason was I had to get like out of the trouble, you know. I was doing so much stuff, and I didn't mention, but my dad kicked me out. I was living on the street for a bit. Then I was going through different, like, it's not shelters, but in Germany we call it Jugendeinrichtungen. So it's different places where like this kind of teenagers are living. I had a big record at the police already. I was supposed to go to prison for 5 years. I did a lot of stuff, you know. So I was like kind of, okay, this is my last chance. But I love this. I have fun with this. I don't like my school, so I'm gonna give everything I have in this. And the good thing is that I found this good gym with the right people and the right training, and that kind of like re-socialized me. So I started to see things different. And like when I went, I had some things open still, so I had to go to court, to police. They saw that I'm on a good path because now my school was working well, everything was working well. I was not spending time anymore with all my trouble friends because I spent all the time at the gym. And so that was my first priority, to get out of that and to just keep going. Then when I saw like, hey, fighting is so much fun and everything, I was like, let's just keep going. I just wanted to be good. I was watching a lot of Walkout and Tony Jaa, Ong Bak back in the days. I just wanted to jump around, do elbows and knees. And that was actually my focus because I really enjoyed my training so much. I didn't thought about what could happen later. But then success came like kind of quick, especially in my area, because it's not really common here to do something like that. So the media got like I got the attention from the media and newspaper and all that stuff. Then I saw like, oh, this is actually kind of nice. Like
Yeah, right.
it's going good. Then I got German champion the first time I was 16 years old. I joined the national team. I fought for the German national team the first time when I was 17. That was also my first experience like in another country. I was fighting in Greece. And after that, I was just like, I just want to fight and train, just fight and train. But I have to get better. And I felt a little bit like, if I watch all the videos and I see these people, if I really want to be like them, I have to train like them. And then I was just looking around me and was realizing that I don't have what I need. So I always had the dream to go, but I was super young and I couldn't. I had to finish my school and everything. So I was just trying to go to the Netherlands or to other cities to train kind of with the best in Germany. And as soon I got 18 years old, man, I present myself like a ticket to Thailand, and I flew 3 months to Thailand, spent my whole vacation there training at FA Group. try to learn what I can learn in Germany, like real Muay Thai, clinching, and all that stuff. And yeah, after I've been to Thailand, it was even worse with me. I just wanted to be in Thailand. I wanted to train more. I wanted to fight more, and yeah, that's how it started. And then I, of course, focus more like, oh, what can I do? What can I reach? And now I can look back to, like, I fought some of the best in different countries, and um, even now I'm not really focused to be like, I need this certain title or this or this. I fought for a couple of titles, also like names, but for me, still the most important thing, and that never changes, to reach my full potential, to go in there in the ring and to finish and to be happy with whatever happened. And I just feel in the inside of me and myself that I'm still not there yet, and I just keep going, and then we'll see where we go.
That's a crazy story, man. It's really inspiring to know that like you could have went down the wrong path. You could have easily went in the wrong way of life, ended up in prison, ended up in the wrong crowd. But the fact that like Muay Thai martial arts kind of gave you more of a purpose, more of a social aspect that allowed you to like find your truer self. That's kind of like why so many people do it, is because they need that purpose, that community. And so the fact that you were able to find that, this thing's fucking pissing me off. Keep zooming
The
in, zooming
focus.
out, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
But the fact that you're able to, I mean, it sounded like ever since the beginning, you weren't doing it for any other reason besides it was fun. Like you were just enjoying it.
Yeah.
You felt like you were improving. You felt like you were getting good at it. And the fact that like you fought all over the world, you fought at one of the highest levels that you can against some of the best in the world on the biggest stages. You're just doing it still, it sounds like, for fun. And it seems like something that
Yeah.
you just enjoy doing. And like if you win a title, great. But if you don't, as long as you feel like you performed, you showed up for yourself, you showed up for your team. Is that something that you feel like is just going to continue on? Like you feel like Muay Thai and martial arts, whether you're fighting or coaching, it's always going to be a part of your life?
Yeah, 100%. Like Muay Thai gonna be always a part of my life. I mean, Muay Thai shaped like the whole person you're seeing right now, kind of, in different ways, in many different ways. And I think I won't be able to do something else like forever, or like no Muay Thai anymore. I mean, the time as a fighter is limited, everyone knows that, but I know that I still have some time, and now I still have some goals that I have to achieve. But besides that, I mean, coaching, I love to coach already. I coach also for a long time already. And I know that I am not the coach right now that I could be, because I'm still a fighter. Because if you are a fighter, you have to put the priority on your training and on yourself. But to be like the best coach, you have to prioritize your clients. And I can do that in a certain way, but as long as I'm fighting, it's kind of hard, like to do that in person and to create the fighters I wanted. But this comes in the future. I have many years to live, and I just enjoy the journey though.
Yeah, and you've done a just the fact that I met you in Mexico and it was at Tulum Muay Thai where the Pharaoh started and everything, and there was such a collection of unique people from all over the
Yeah,
world teaching and training there. It was so cool to just see how Muay Thai brings so many people together and
for
from
sure.
all different backgrounds, and that's what like intrigued me. Well, obviously your story, I'm learning more about it now, but also like your training style, your pad work, your coaching style. I really enjoyed. We had a lot of good pad sessions of
Yeah.
good flow. It felt very Thai style to me, where
Mhm.
even the sounds you made and everything were very Thai oriented. When did you realize that like coaching was going to be a big part of your life? Because obviously you took to it pretty quickly and you really adapted quickly. And how were you able to kind of learn how to be a good pad holder and a good coach while also fighting at a high level?
Yeah, let me think about that. I mean, so when I started training really early, I also started pretty early to gain experience as an assistant coach, let's say, because I was always, let's say, kind of the person I am. And what people always tell me, like over the past years, is that doesn't matter at which level I was, people are telling me that I'm really passionate about what I do. And I was that already when I was really young and didn't had as much experience as now. But I was really passionate, and that's why my coach kind of asked me to help him sometimes. And then I started to teach classes and all that stuff, and kind of like learn through the process. What also helped a lot is like if I look it back now, like everything together is like I trained with a lot of different coaches and fighters and gyms and good people. So I kind of could learn from everyone. I always had a really open mindset, you know, or my mindset is like I can always learn from everyone, especially in Muay Thai. And I realized over the years, as much I know, as more I realize what I don't know. So, um, on the other side, it's also, I think, if you want to be like, let's say, the coach, you also need like a social skill. I would say I'm like a really like social person. I like to connect to people. I like to help people. I like to teach people, and that maybe like together with my experience and everything I learned on my way kind of creates what I am, you know. And you're right, like you had the feeling like a really like Thai style with me on the pads and everything. Man, when I was young, I always wanted to be a Thai, I think. Like when I was starting Muay Thai and watching the Thai people, I was like, wow, wow, you know. And my gym was also my old coach, really like traditional. So like the first, let's say, 10 years of my past was like really, really Thailand orientated. And I kind of implemented it till today because I just love the culture. I like to be there. I like the way how they train. I like their mindset. I like the way how they fight. And of course, Muay Thai comes from there. So it definitely like affected my coaching style for sure. I
No,
would
I
say
love.
like yeah, I would say on top of that, what makes maybe, and also in Mexico, what makes my coaching style, um, let's say, I don't want to say special, but what
Unique.
unique, let's say, is I like to I'm really like basic orientated, you know. I'm like really for me it's really important to have a good foundation, good base, and there are like different standpoints, right? But um for me I like to explain things in detail and make people really understand them. You know, because I believe if I just show you something and you repeat it, okay, but it might need a long time or maybe it doesn't fit you. But if you understand something really deeply, it's also easier for you to understand how to do it, when to do it, and yeah, I think that like also in Mexico and before, like because I speak English, when I coach better than now, um, I can explain things deeply and people really understand, you know. And this is something that I also try to do with my content, you know, not just showing techniques like and let people copy them. I really try to explain things and talk from my experience to make people really like better.
Yeah, your
Make
content
sense?
is, yeah, 100%. Like not only was your coaching and training style like unique and I really vibe with it, but your content has been honestly better than mine. It's been like fucking killing it. The amount they've been putting out, the quality that you've been putting out, and also the topics and how you're able, like you said, to break things down in a more uh, layered way has really stuck out to me. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to have you a part of the brand because I feel that you have so much, like you were saying, passion. You have so much passion for it, not just fighting, but for coaching and just the sport and the art as a whole. And so I'm really excited just to see the type of content you come out for Muay Thai Guy with the workouts, with the techniques and everything in between. But we had a good question in the comments by Jeff. What's up, Jeff? Good to see you here, man. He was
What's up,
asking
Jeff?
like about one championship. Do you think that's a good thing for Thai boxing? And what do you like about it and what do you dislike?
That's a really interesting question, and I think one of the questions at the moment. I personally like one championship and fighting in small gloves, but it is kind of like a new era of Muay Thai, right? It's kind of a new sport because of different things are important. You have to train, you have to change the way how you train, you have to change the way how you fight, you have to change like your foundation. So it's kind of like a new, let's say, new level. I won't say level up, level down. It's a new level of Muay Thai. I enjoy it because it's the entertainment factor, but I love traditional Muay Thai as well. And the sad story of everything is because everything gets so fast paced and aggressive and like entertainment focused now, like the tradition or like the traditional style of Muay Thai goes a little bit in the background. I'm a
Mhm,
little bit sad about this, and I hope and RWS and other shows are trying to do that, right? To keep the traditional side as well. But I definitely enjoy one championship, and then I think it's good because it gives opportunities, like fighters opportunities to make money and to actually make a living of it. But I would be sad if it's just this for the future, you know?
mhm.
Yeah,
No,
but
I mean, said it better than I could have said it. I mean, I think it's like you said, a new level that's not above or below. It's just like adjacent to like what
yeah,
Muay Thai is, and it gives more fighters more opportunities to actually make a living doing it. There's a lot of
yeah,
controversy with one behind the scenes and everything as
for
well, and
sure.
like fighter pay and contracts and all that kind of stuff. But overall, I do think it's good. But
Yeah,
I do miss like the Y crew and the
yeah,
music and like the tradition behind the Muay Thai in it. That being
yeah,
said, to cater to a bigger crowd and to get more money so the fighters can get paid, the coaches can get paid, the promoters, yada yada
yeah,
yada. It does have to be evolved just with the
yeah,
time and with social media and the fast pace of everything. So I don't think it's a good or bad thing. I would say it's more good than it is bad. I just think it
yeah.
just takes away a little bit from the tradition, but that's just to
Mm,
get to more of the casual fans, which I understand needs to happen because when it comes down to it, like to transition a little bit, is like with Muay Thai, there's so many different types of people who do Muay Thai, right? There's people like us who wanted to take it to a high level, fight professionally, and just see how well we could do. But that's such a small percentage. A more percentage are people who are using it as a way to get fit, to stay in shape, to stay disciplined, again, to build community, stay out of trouble, stay out of the bad habits of drinking or smoking or going out. Muay Thai kind of gives you that structure and discipline that you need to just, like you said, reach your full potential. So when it comes to teaching like people who are doing it more just for fitness and a lifestyle to be healthier and be more fit, what do you feel like is a practical type of training plan that someone can do? Say they're not living in Thailand, they're not training to become a fighter, they're just training efficiently a few times a week. What kind of routine would you suggest to someone who is just looking to get in shape, learn some Muay Thai, and continuously improve?
I mean, everyone who's doing it as a hobby doesn't have to train like 12 times a week or like the same like a professional fighter does. But I think it is important, like from who you are learning. If you, for example, um, let's say you are able to train 3 to 5 times a week and you want to get like a good foundation of Muay Thai and everything, I mean, you can still kind of like train the same way like a professional fighter does,
Mhm.
just a different volume. But you need someone like to kind of like coach you or give you direction, right? So I think to get a good Muay Thai foundation, you can do a lot yourself. You can do like back work and all the exercises and everything. But I think it is way more important when it comes to Muay Thai to understand the system and the foundation behind it, you know. And yeah, I don't know if this answers your question.
No, I think that's important to note is that like who you learn from is arguably the most important thing because you could be learning from a McDojo who says they're teaching you Muay Thai and says that they have 100 fights, but they've never stepped foot in the ring. And it's kind of like that. You ever see the McDojo life and all the crazy Wing Chun and all the crazy martial arts where you just toss people and like you get into like that culture. Whereas if you
Yeah,
learn from a proper coach and a proper fighter,
yeah.
that's going to help you improve so much more than if you're learning from someone who isn't really in it for the right reasons. That
I
being said, I mean, I do think that it kind of depends on like where you live. Like you were saying, you didn't have a lot of great gyms around you. The scene is kind of small, but ideally, you can go in person, find a good coach, find good training, but also supplement it with like online stuff. Because I do think, like you were saying, it's important to be able to stay consistent, like train like a professional fighter, And professional fighters are always thinking of different ways to improve their training, different ways to improve their technique. And so I do think it's a blend as well. And I think, like you said, the root, the foundation of it is having like a good instructor, a good coach to kind of follow along. But you also said too, like you were able to learn from so many different people. I think that's also super important too, because that gives you perspective on things. Because like for example, in
100%.
Thailand, right, when you're training with one Thai champion who has 300 fights, he says to throw a kick one way, and then in the same gym, you train with another Thai champion with 300 fights. And he's like, no, that way is not right. You do it this way, and so then you have to just kind of take what they both say and figure out what works best for you based on trial and error. And so I think it's funny because I wasn't thinking about that as like the main answer when I asked the question of like, how do you create a routine? But that is the foundation of it. And you say like you're a foundational, basic kind of trainer person. That is the foundation of it all, is just learning from the right people. So I'm glad that you said that because it didn't really cross my mind right away. And yeah, I think that's something to really like emphasize.
Yeah. I mean, one thing nowadays is like what I didn't have when I was that young. I mean, there was internet too, but like the amount of like, let's say, online coaching or Muay Thai content or Muay Thai in the internet in general, like, is a big opportunity as well. Of course, there's like a lot of, let's say, sorry when I say that, there's a lot of trash.
Hmm.
So for me personally, it was always important to be like authentic. So maybe we just have to look behind the surface a little bit. But we also have to understand, and that's also like the dangerous thing a little bit. Not everything has to be fancy, you know? Like also like not everything that is fancy is good. People sometimes forget how good you can get if you do like basic stuff, you know. But yeah, the amount of information we get online nowadays is like
It's overstimulating because
overstimulating.
like we were just saying, like it's good to learn from a lot of people, but it's also crazy to learn from everybody you possibly can, because then you have
Yeah,
too much to sort and sift through that you're not
yeah.
even sure what's going on anymore. And it's funny you say that because like when I first started Muay Thai Guy and training it at all, like there was very little online. And then I noticed a big change after COVID, obviously, because before
um,
COVID, it's like you can't learn Muay Thai online, you can't do it, don't fucking do it. And then COVID happens, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, like I have to learn Muay Thai online. I can't do it in person." And so then I think a lot of fighters and coaches saw that as like an opportunity to be able to start creating content, and that's where you get this like influx of
um,
fighters, coaches, influencers, and everything. And it's been good. I think it's been ultimately good for the sport because it gets, like you said, more exposure to it. It gets in front of more people's eyes, but you do have to still be aware of like who you're learning from, what their
um,
credentials are and everything. And that's something that like stuck out to you. And that's why I wanted to bring you on. So just to give people more context too, is since I've retired from fighting, my immersion in the sport has taken a back seat to like raising a family, running the business and doing that. And I've definitely taken a step back from being on camera as much. If you watch a lot of my content, a lot of it is B-roll style content of my old training footage, some new training footage with just text overlay, more or less. Where Marcel's is much more like high hitting, in the moment teaching with the drills, the exercises, everything. And I wanted to bring him on board to have more of that style of content that gives you practical ways to get better that you can follow along with. Plus, the idea of adding more workouts to the fighter's body, to my heavy bag blueprint, and other programs to get this different perspective and learn from a different coach and fighter who's actually able to give you different ways to interpret things with the technique, with the fitness. And so when you like met me, when you started following Muay Thai Guy, I'm curious to know like what was your initial impression? What stood you out about this brand, and why did this collaboration feel good for you?
I mean, first of all, when I started like back in the days, I always like saw videos from you somewhere. Like just
I'm
your
everywhere.
face. Man, just your face and frame was kind of like a picture for me, right? And over the years, always saw here and there, and then tried the video here, tried the video there, like long time ago. And then we met the first time actually in Mexico. And I'm someone like, I just see like if we vibe or not. We had a PT, everything was well. We had good pad work, we had good talks. We actually like did the podcast back in the days that I never published. But so I got to know you a little bit better, and I first of all I saw that we are just like vibing and that you're a cool person, you know, like also your wife and everything. Like everything was just like super positive and sympathizing for me. And besides that, of course, later on, we were talking about different things, connecting here and there. And especially when it comes to the coaching and the social media stuff you were mentioning, I just think we're on the same page, you know. We love Muay Thai. We lived and we are living this life, and we wanna give people opportunities to do kind of what we do, to learn Muay Thai from doesn't matter where, and with like some authentic background, you know, because we both know what we're talking about. And I'm also grateful for the opportunity to speak to your people, you know, like that they can get to know me and that I can share like my coachings with them. And I'm just like super, super excited because I think this can be like a really powerful collaboration, you know, for Muay Thai online in general. And I'm just super looking forward to it. Also for myself, because I know I'm gonna grow with this as well as a coach and as a person. I mean, you were talking like so positive about the content I'm doing and everything, but I think myself, there's still so much to improve and to
Always.
learn.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, and I think this is like a good opportunity for myself also to like be aware of how I can get better, what I can do. And I'm also super excited and curious for the feedback that people are gonna give me. And yeah, man, I'm just like super open. I like to help people. Like I said, I like to bring Muay Thai like further and to create opportunities, you know, for people to train and learn.
Awesome, man. We have DJ Scotch Soda in the comments just mentioning he trains a lot by himself. He watches my training videos and techniques, and he wants to know how long have you been doing Muay Thai? You said you started at 13. How old are you now, and how long have you been in the game?
I'm 28 years old, and I started like, yeah, more than 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's more than half your life now has
Yeah,
been Muay Thai, huh?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah.
Well, moving forward, like with the content that you plan on coming out with Muay Thai Guy, what do you have like in store? Because I'm excited to see what you come out with as well. We have some ideas that we've shot back and forth, and just in regards to like the type of workouts and techniques and stuff. But give me an idea and give my audience an idea of like what can they expect from you.
I mean, there are a lot of things, you know, like I said, I learned from a lot of people myself. I collected a lot of knowledge that I'm kind of ready to give over to other people. So I'm super excited to just like talk from my own experience, but also like what I learned during my journey, and just to share information, you know. And there will be like a lot of workouts that I kind of like or exercises that I did myself or that I teach to other people to help them to reach their goals, from professional fighters to beginners. So I think it will be just like really, 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 really authentic, authentic Muay Thai content, you know, like with techniques I use myself or I teach people and they use themselves. And yeah, from basic stuff to like also a little bit like let's say higher level content or higher level techniques. And yeah, then just go a little bit with the flow and see what the people also need, you know,
Yeah, what do people want, right? Give the people
what
what
the
they
people
want.
want, what the people want.
Well, that's great, man. Yeah, I'm really excited to see everything that comes out with it. And just to wrap up here, just a few like personal rapid fire questions, right? If you were
Yeah.
to say what your fighting style is in one sentence, what would be your fighting style?
I would definitely say I'm a more technical fighter. I would call myself more like a female fighter, but I yeah, let's say that. I'm a technical
It's
fighter.
hard to keep
I
it in
have a
one
high
sentence, man.
I let's say I'm a technical, how do you say it? Aggressive technical fighter.
Nice. Do you counter fight a lot, or are you usually the one that's like,
I'm more a counter fighter actually. I mean, my fighting style changed a lot through all the years. I also really like to clinch. I would say I'm in general a good all-rounder, but when it comes to fighting, just in my experience, I'm mostly the more technical guy, and I like to counter fight and fight with a lot of IQ.
yeah, I love your movement. You're really fluid, and you're able to move positions, switch stances, throw unique combinations. But how about your coaching? How would you explain yourself as a coach in one or two sentences?
Okay. I mean, we were talking so much now also before about all the techniques and that I like to explain. But first of all, I would say I'm a pretty strict and let's say intense coach. So I want you to work hard as well. Of course, I explain you things and everything, but you have to put the work in, that's number one. And second, I like to have my fighters like an understanding of the actual techniques I'm teaching them and to have a good foundation. So I would say I'm a really technical but like hard coaching coach.
I like that. I like that. What's your favorite strike or technique?
My favorite technique, right kick,
Just rear body kick.
rear body kick,
Yeah, all day,
smack.
man. Simple enough. I
Yeah,
mean, that's what Muay Thai is, right?
exactly. No, I like to kick. I like to kick, and if I have to choose one, I would say my right kick.
Sweet. And
And but I love
what's your least
I,
favorite drill?
my least favorite drill.
Mhm.
My least favorite drill. Oh, that's a good question. But I think if I have to choose, let's say drill, let's say workout or whatever, anything with burpees, man.
Yeah. I think that
I don't
probably
know.
is
I
everyone.
had coaches, they let me like kick and do burpees, kick to burpees and all that stuff. I don't like that. A lot of people would say no, maybe something like Shark Tank or clinching, whatever, but that actually is my favorite
Yeah,
stuff.
I would guess that. I would guess that.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you train when motivation is low? How do you keep showing up?
Um, for me, it's really hard. Let's say because I have so much fun what I do, I don't really have to motivate myself. But if I have to, I just remember myself like why I do this, why I love this, and what it did for me. And for me, it's just like when it comes for to the fighter inside of me, like if the fighter is not motivated to train, I just ask myself, man, you did so much for this, you want to be at a certain point, so you just have to fucking keep going.
I love it, man. I love it.
And I
All
just
right.
do it, yeah.
So, just a final message. Do you have any shout outs do you want to give? Any upcoming events that you want to mention? Give us a little insight to what's going on with Marcel.
For me right now, there's a lot of changes, a lot of things happening right now. As you mentioned in the beginning, I'm gonna be a father next year, mid of the year. So some things have to change now. I have to settle a little bit. If people followed my journey so far, I traveled a lot the last 5 years. And so I gonna fly to Mexico next, visit my old crew and everything, and see from there what will be next for me. Besides that, like of course, you guys can be ready for our collaboration here and for a lot of good content. But besides that, I publish my own little brand, no problem. Something I worked for a pretty long time right now, and I just gonna keep grinding. Gonna keep training, gonna try to stay as active as possible. So if I can. I mean, I had a lot of offers or opportunities to fight soon, but I have to settle some things first. But my goal is to fight again as soon as possible, and yeah, trying to just rock everything now,
I
as
love it.
good as I can.
We got two more questions for you. We have the
Yeah.
Bando S. Hey Marcel, cool to see you on the channel. How did you find the Kia Pontip gym in the UK?
I liked it, man. If you are in the UK, big recommendation, Kiat Pontip Gym, John Pop Kiat Pontip, great coach. It's really old school training. Like if you expect anything fancy from facility to the training itself, you're at the wrong place. But if you want to learn real Muay Thai, especially for fighting, if you want to learn how to fight, go to Kiat Pontip in Leeds. Yeah, it's really, really good gym. Good guys, humble guys, but hard training, man.
I
I
see some of the sparring clips there. I'm like,
kicked my
oh,
ass a lot there, bro.
yeah, that definitely
Bro,
talk about a lion's den or a Shark Tank. Like,
yeah,
you're
I
good.
did my last fight camp there, like in England in general to get a little bit like out of my comfort, with everything. I mean, you know how it is in Thailand, everything is intense, but I trained for so long now with Thai people and also in Thailand that the training, even if it's hard, don't understand me wrong, is kind of comfortable for myself.
Mhm.
So for my last fight, I just wanted to put me in a situation where I lose my comfort a little bit. And yeah, Kiat Leeds was the place to go, and I loved it. Can't
Awesome.
wait to be back.
And do you have a YouTube channel name you want to shout out here, or your social medias?
Yeah, for sure, guys. If you want to follow me on Instagram, Marcel Niebuhr. I have a second account, Coach Marcel Niebuhr. And if you want to see some stuff on YouTube, so far I just like did some vlogging. So if you want to get some insights into my life and into my past, what I do every day, Marcel, no problem, Niebuhr on YouTube.
Awesome. And you also see plenty of his stuff coming up on my YouTube. You also see
Yeah,
some of my upcoming journey to Thailand. We're leaving in a fucking week, man. And I've been pushing this interview back with
excited.
Marcel for so long, trying to balance the holidays and packing and all this kind of shit. And we were talking about before, just it changes when you have kids. It's just a completely different beast that you have to it's the anxiety feels like before a big fight, even worse than a
Yeah,
big fight. It's just like making sure that you have all your bases covered. But I'll be vlogging and documenting about that. Marcel will be coming out with content weekly on the YouTube and regularly on my Instagram and Facebook as well. But make sure to follow him as well. He's always coming out with great things. And like I was saying, the main reason for this collaboration is to just add more value that my audience can get and learn from. So this way they can keep improving their Muay Thai, keep improving their fitness, their health. And since I've been taking kind of a step back from, I mean, we're going to be immersed in Muay Thai when we go to Thailand, but ever since we came back from Thailand, living in New York, it's kind of been like much more of a hobby than it was like a profession and a passion as it was before. But we're hoping that this Thailand trip kind of gets us back into it. And I'm going to be fucking sucking it up for a little while until I get into like a good rhythm and flow. But yeah, I'm excited to see what Marcel comes out with. I'm excited to see the direction of the Muay Thai Guy brand, because hopefully Marcel right now is going to be for 3 months, see how it goes. And then from there, who knows, he might be around for a long time. He might become one of the new main Muay Thai guys. And so, yeah, keep an eye out on this space. And otherwise, Happy New Year. I mean, it's almost New Year for you right now. You're over in Germany. You
almost,
got like
yeah.
a few more hours, right?
It's like
But
4:50 p.m. now.
well, have a happy New Year, everyone. Wishing you all the best and success in 2021 or 2026. And
Oh,
there.
2021 is long ago, bro.
Yo, these kids, man, they make you feel like time's going slow. All right, guys, have a happy New Year.
Happy New Year.